Good morning, students. So we already discussed about the metals and non-metals. So we completed the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So we can just move on to the next topic. That is about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So today I will be taking the page number 66 and 67 of your textbook, and 68 also. So 67, 66, 67, and 68. Okay, so open your textbook. So first we can just look at the look on the reaction of oxygen with metals and non-metals. So usually the metals and non-metals show different chemical properties. Okay, so the properties of the metals and non-metals are different, that we already know. The physical properties are different, not only physical properties but also the chemical properties also is different for metals and non-metals. So yeah, just first we can look the reaction with oxygen of metals and non-metals. Metals react with oxygen to form metal oxides. So metal oxide is formed. So when this oxygen is reacted with metals, metal oxides are formed. Okay, so metal oxides are basic in nature. So the nature of the metal oxides are base, that means they are basic in nature. That means once this metal oxides, which is a solid, and it is dissolved in water and are tested by litmus paper, what the litmus does is, the litmus paper will be changing. That means red litmus will be changing to blue. So this is a property of metal. That means metals will be reacting with oxygen to form metal oxide. Okay, so metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. This metal oxide is basic in nature. Okay, just we can look at the example. So we know that if we are burning a magnesium ribbon, what happens is it will be burning with bright white light. So what happens in the magnesium, magnesium is a metal. So we take magnesium wire, hold it in pair of tongues and using that one, then we put this magnesium oxide in the ash. That means once this magnesium ribbon is burned, then we will be getting magnesium oxide. So if we are taking water and mixing with this magnesium oxide, then and we are dipping red litmus paper to that solution, then what we observe is the color of this red litmus will be changing to blue. So from this we can indicate that the product, that means when magnesium is burned, metal is burned, then something is obtained. That something is base. That means magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Okay, so here is a reaction which is given. The chemical reaction involved is above activity. That means just this activity, or the magnesium burns in air. It combines with the oxygen to form magnesium oxide. So magnesium plus oxygen means magnesium is burned in presence of oxygen, gives magnesium oxide. So magnesium oxide dissolved. That means when we are adding this magnesium oxide is mixed with water, then we obtain magnesium hydroxide. It is a base. So we can test this. It is a base by dipping uh, red litmus on this solution. So magnesium hydroxide turns red litmus to blue, so that we can prove it is a base. Similarly, sodium is also metal. So when we are doing means basic oxide is similarly also formed there. So sodium oxide is formed. A solution of sodium oxide in water also turns red litmus blue. So please note that when we want to react a metal with oxygen, we usually burn the metal in air. It is the oxygen present in the air which combines with the metal on burning to metal oxide. So usually we know that means burning means actually it is reacting with oxygen. Okay, because always the fire requires oxygen. So we will now discuss the reaction of iron metal with oxygen of air which takes place in nature. So now we can study about the rusting. So we already studied in our lower classes. That means in class 7 and all we have already studied about iron oxide. So during rusting what happens is iron metal combines slowly with the oxygen, and water molecules or water vapor present in the air. So it forms a compound called iron oxide. This iron oxide is called rust. The reaction of iron metal with oxygen in presence of water. That means the chemical reaction is represented here. Iron plus oxygen plus water molecule gives iron oxide or rust. Okay. So there is one next activity. That means now we are going to prove. That means iron oxide. Iron oxide means iron is a metal. Metal, we obtain metal oxide. Metal plus oxygen is metal oxide we obtain. So we are going to check this metal oxide is base or acid. So we know that metal oxide will be always base. So here also we are going to that means we are going to prove this rust is base. So similarly that one we are mixing this, taking some iron oxide means rust and mixing in water, then we are shaking very well, then after that we are taking red litmus and we are dipping, then we can observe that it will be blue color. Okay, now I'm not doing this activity, but once the school is open I'll be doing. Okay, so that time I'll show you. Okay, next one is about the copper. That means application of one copper is that so we already have seen a blue coating appears on the copper. That means when we are keeping the copper for large time outside and all, we obtain a green coating. So we are now going to study about the green coating. Okay, the green coating material is a mixture of copper hydroxide. It's a copper hydroxide and copper carbonate, which is formed by the action of moist air in the copper object. So there is one reaction, the copper plus water plus carbon dioxide plus oxygen gives copper hydroxide and copper carbonate. Okay, so this copper hydroxide and copper carbonate are the reason for that greenish appearance on this copper vessel. So thus when a copper vessel is exposed to moisture for a long time, it acquires a green coating on its surface. The mixture of copper hydroxide and copper carbonate which forms a green coating is known as basic copper carbonate. So this greenish coating, it is called as basic copper carbonate. Okay, basic copper carbonate. So if we make a suspension of little green coating from copper vessel in water and test it with litmus paper, we will obtain that red litmus paper. So this copper oxide is also similar to that our metal oxide. So this copper oxide also is basic. So if you are taking this copper oxide and again testing the basicity by litmus paper, we obtain that red litmus is changing to blue. That means it is also base in nature. So the formation of green coating of basic copper carbonate on the surface of copper objects on exposure to moisture is called corrosion of copper. So this the change of this copper to greenish copper, we call it as corrosion of copper. Okay, so this copper metal is getting corroded. That means like rusting only. It is getting degraded with the action of this oxygen. So while iron rust, not only oxygen, both water is there, carbon dioxide is there, oxygen is there. Okay, so yeah, so we use iron, the term iron corroded means iron rust, but other metals we will not tell it is rusting, it is corroding. It means we use this term corrode. Okay, so next one is about non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxide. So we know metals react with oxygen to form a metallic oxide which is basic in nature. So similarly non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, don't forget, non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, metallic oxides are basic in nature. So thus non-metals react with oxygen to form acidic oxides. So acidic oxide means it is acid. Acidic oxide is an acid, so it will be turning the blue litmus to red. Basic oxides are base, so it will be turning red litmus to blue. Don't forget. So we already discussed about one activity of basic oxide, that means magnesium ribbon. Now we will be discussing about non-metal. So no, sulfur we are taking. Sulfur is a non-metals. So we are taking small amount of sulfur powder, then we are heating. So we are heating, and what happens is it will be burning. So once it is burning, we are directly collecting this gas. So we will be obtaining sulfur plus oxygen, that means burning. So sulfur dioxide is obtained. So when sulfur is burned in, it combines with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide, which is an acid, which is an acidic oxide. Okay, so this sulfur dioxide is mixed with water to form sulfurous acid. So we can test when we are dipping the litmus paper on this solution, that means sulfurous acid, we will obtaining, that means we can see a change, which blue litmus is changing to red. So by this we can confirm that it is an acid and it is sulfurous acid. Sulfur dioxide is mixed with water to form sulfurous acid. So then last page. So we have, then is page number 68. So we already discussed about sulfurous acid. It will be turning blue to red. So it is not only in the case of sulfur, but also in the case of carbon, it is an acidic oxide which is formed when carbon dioxide is mixed with carbon dioxide is formed, carbon plus oxygen, then this carbon dioxide is mixed with water, then also we can change this carbonic acid will be formed, and we can see the blue litmus is changing to red. So metals form metal oxides on burning with air. Metal oxides are basic in nature and they turn red litmus to blue. So they are basic, so they will be turning red litmus to blue. So similarly, non-metals form non-metallic oxides. Non-metals form non-metallic oxides. These non-metallic oxides are acidic and they will be turning blue to red. Okay, so this is a property of these metals and non-metals. So this property of nature oxides can be used to identify whether an given element is metal or non-metal. So once we are finding the product, that means we have got some metallic oxide or non-metallic oxide, so we can that means if we are only knowing it is an base or acid, that means once we are just knowing it is a basic oxide or acidic oxide, we can find it is a metal or non-metal. How? If it is a basic oxide, means it will be turning red litmus to blue, so we can understand it is basic oxide. Then that element will be a metal. Okay, so similarly, if an element form acidic oxide, then which will be turning blue litmus to red, then that element will be a non-metal. Okay, then so we have discussed about the about acid and bases in class 7. Now we can understand the metal oxides are basic in nature and form bases in dissolving in water. Non-metallic oxides are acidic and they some of the bases and acids and metals and non-metals are present, are formally given below. So here is two tables which is given. So here about the metallic oxides or non-metallic oxides are given. That means bases are formed and acids are formed. That means these metallic oxides and non-metallic oxides are mixed with water, so they will be forming the acids and bases. Means this non-metallic oxide or metallic oxide, which is a base, and we are mixing this base with water, then we will be obtaining bases. Okay, then similarly, if acidic oxide is mixed with water, then we will be forming acids. So the bases and acids are given. So that means which from magnesium hydroxide bases are formed, from calcium hydroxide bases are formed, from sodium hydroxide, from potassium hydroxide. So similarly, non-metals, sulfuric acids are formed, then sulfur again sulfuric acid is also formed, nitric acid, carbon dioxide. Okay, so the next video will be about the reaction with water of metals and non-metals. Okay, so if hope you guys understood. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, clarify and study. Thank you.